Can you hear me any better? Oh, I love you guys. Okay. Let me know if this sounds any different or if it's exactly the same. Again, I don't know how long your guys' lag time is, so yeah. Oh, that's annoying. It does? It repeats in the background right now? Is it better or sorry? I know it. Okay, it's better. All right, thank you, Win. Ow, really? Okay. Is this so it's still making crazy noises? Anna, is that current or no? Because I hear lots of feedback from other people going on here. Yeah, apparently I just needed to fix a mic. Let me see if I can't connect it. Sorry, you're gonna hear some noises. It's a bit echoey. Oh, that's so annoying. Okay, sorry. I just want it to not suck. Is that too much to ask? Okay, if I turn this thing off, audio input capture. No. Okay, what about this? What about this? Yeah, I think it's this mic now. Okay. Okay. Are we good now? I think I actually did have a couple on at the same time because I'm dumb. So let me know if this is any better now. I would do your speech. I don't know what my speech is. See, okay, good enough. Good enough. We'll survive. Again, sorry you're about to hear some things because I'm gonna clip this mic down so I don't have to like hold it the whole time. It's just I feel bad. I want it to work. Okay. Anyway, the word excellent makes me feel better. Oh yes. Okay, we're good. And then I love you guys so much. You guys are the best. Yeah, so hello. Other than a total test, and thank you guys for letting me know that I was echoing and sounding completely horrendous. Yay, I was excited. I'm sorry, I can't stop reading your guys' things. Okay, so first of all, I just want to let you know, one, thank you again for coming and joining me on this random live stream. And also, feel free, if there's something you want to hear about or talk about during this random time with me, just drop it in the comments. I'm just gonna go with whatever has popped into my mind, and that is actually the topic of... Yes, it is. Tech Issues is Streaming 101 and says Flying Falcon, and that is, yeah, pretty much. But it's annoying because I should know this. I help, I run the stream for my church for two different things, from YouTube and from Facebook, so I should know this already, but we work with different equipment, so whatever. Anyway, so I was thinking about this because vocal stimming, because like traditionally you think of vocal stimming as like, I don't know, I would think of it as like random noises, but I really, really, really think that singing for me is a vocal stim. Now, I know that a lot of people like stimming, so like a lot of people like stimming, Stephanie. This is gonna take a while. I'm super flustered and I'm so sorry. A lot of people like singing, but when I get like stressed out, I actually sing like the same song over and over and over and over and over again, or the same parts of the same songs, if that makes any sense. So I have like this little library of parts of songs that I sing over and over and over and over and over, depending on how bad my day is going, or the situation or the moment there. So does anybody else do that? Because I hear that, I heard from Tom from Discovering Autism. Is that right? I don't remember precisely his channel name. He was saying that a lot of autistics hear like a constant song or whatnot going in their head. I don't think I have that, but I definitely sing a lot, and so I was literally thinking about trying to talk about that in a video, and I was walking into the store, and one of those songs that always gets stuck in like a loop for me just decided to go, so I was singing the same part to myself kind of quietly throughout the store, but the good thing is it is effective for making people leave me alone, so that's awesome. When's Trend says, I can see singing would be comforting. It is. Flying Falcon, vocal stimming can include things like an electric stall warning horn. My new girlfriend hates it. Oh my... Sorry. Yeah, okay. I don't know that it's necessarily relevant, but for some reason, and this is probably not actually vocal stimming, but every time I yawn, I feel like I just have to give it its noise, unless if it's not appropriate in the moment. But especially if I'm frustrated and I'm yawning, yeah, I make it really loud, and my husband hates it, so it's fantastic. Yeah, Tom's channel was my ASD journey. Thank you. Yak, been here. You were going to talk about that rather than sing about it. Well, I was actually thinking about singing it, and then I thought that I might not ever get off of it. And also, because I can't always remember the words, I get frustrated, and then I'll start going over again, and nobody needs that. In fact, this is another thing I want to talk about in the future is, people on the spectrum going through like breakups and stuff like that, because my poor friend had to deal with me singing the same song to them. Like, we were on a live stream together, like with each other. What is that called? Skyping. We were Skyping, and literally for like 3 hours, all I was doing was singing the same song over and over. And she's like, Stephanie, can we do something else? It was bad. Anyway, sorry. Anna says, yes, singing can definitely be a vocal stim. I sing the same parts over and over again, and I'll even make up silly songs about my cat, etc. Yes. Flying Falcon, no songs here. Stall warning horns, engines, air drill, etc. That's gotta be fun for everyone. Anna says, I sing these repeats so much to the point that it's endearing to others until it must be absolutely obnoxious. Yes, okay, and see what's annoying too is people are like, I don't know how other people do live streams, because I can't like keep my thought and like read someone else's thought, and then he got rid of it. Why did he okay, sorry. What was I thinking about? Oh, yes. So some people will take the opportunity of me singing to myself, which people don't understand. Like, we're gonna just go on whatever train my brain is going on today. So we're just gonna, let's go back in time. And like in 4th grade specifically, I remember this, I would sing a lot on the bus. Okay, the first part of the morning I sang because I was practicing for choir. The second part was usually because my day was stressful and it sucked and I needed to be in my own little world. And so I would sing on the way home. I would get into the house, and sometimes I would still be singing. My mom would be like, oh, you must be having a great day because you're singing. And I'm just thinking like, no, when I'm singing, I'm not having a good day. What is wrong with you? Anyway, I don't know how that was relevant to what I was thinking, but there you go. Wen says, I like to act and I like inflections. That was to Flying Falcon. So inflections like, is that what I think it is? Maybe explain more, but I'm pretty sure I know what you're talking about. Anna says, the way it's sung is definitely autistic. Neurotypicals don't typically stim out on the song. That is true. Girlfriend said today, WTF is that? Wins, I think it's great. Yay! Oh, everybody's connecting. It's fantastic. I like it. Oh, and I was thinking about, also, this is not necessarily to do with autism. I have had caffeine. If you're wondering why my brain is extra buzzy right now, I've had caffeine. It's 9-something at night. I just rubbed my nose. I apologize. That is something that happens, and I realize that it's gross, or most people feel like that, so my apologies. It's probably going to happen a lot. Anyway, so I've had caffeine. Yes, I was not having a great time for some reason. Really can't put my finger on it. So I went and got caffeine because somehow that helps the fact that I had to go to the store. I don't know. It's dumb, but making bad choices right now. And I don't really care. So, speaking of, does anybody else do that when you're just like feeling like, even when like stimming isn't working to calm you down and you don't really know why you're upset, but you just are, and like you can't feel content? It's not like you don't have things to do or you don't have fun things you could do. Like, you have both responsibilities and fun things that you could do, but like that doesn't matter because you just like, ugh, I don't know. Anyway, so I was feeling like that. And usually that's the time when I'm like, I go to like food and drinks that like are familiar or like feel like treats or whatever. And that's really bad. That's why my weight loss journey is a whole ordeal. Because that is not a good way to solve your problems, but it is definitely something that I do. So I don't know if that makes any sense. Okay. Anna says it's just like how everyone watches TV and movies, but not everyone watches the same clip over and over and over again and essentially stim out on the input. Flying Falcon says, LOL, Yak, been here. What are the new pieces of equipment you're testing out on this live stream? Well, I was trying to test out my Canon EOS T7i. Last time I just went from my cell phone because I didn't know how to connect it, and I've kind of rigged some really weird setup to be able to connect my Canon to my computer because it didn't come with the correct HDMI cable. In fact, it didn't come with an HDMI cable, and I think that's because it's Wi-Fi enabled. The problem with that is if I want to connect my camera to my computer to attempt this, I have to have it hardwired because otherwise it's on the same Wi-Fi and that won't stream. That's a whole thing, but basically pretty much my camera and the idea of doing a what is this called? An event, a live event, instead of just hitting live on my phone. I'm sorry, my brain is not here today. Wens says, I feel paralyzed when I am overwhelmed. Chips make my eyes roll to the back. Now I have to ask you, because I've noticed that on the group, people are from different countries. Are you from the US or, like, so basically are chips or are chips fries? Because I just want to know. Because I know, like, people use different terms, so I'm interested. But yeah, so, like, my things that I like to go to, Dr. Pepper. I like, depends on the situation, but a lot of times I like salty things or, like, donuts with the filling in it. I like that kind. Oh yes, are you, somebody I talked to was, no, that wasn't you, sorry. Wens is from Texas, so yeah, chips, actual chips, okay. Flying Falcon, computers are like women, both are illogical. I thought that computers were logical, aren't they? Because okay, I'm confused. Do I ever experience sensory overload? Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh my goodness, okay, so, hey, Wendy. Again. Okay, sorry. Also, hello, Mr. Digital, because I don't think you have commented yet. So, hello, if you're new to the stream, welcome, joining us, and everything like that. Anyway, one of the most recent times I've been, like, too much overload. I'm sorry, I'm really trying to stick with it right now, but my brain is all over the place. I don't know why. Is going to my local Aldi. So the story here is that I went to Aldi a lot whenever it started becoming a store in my city with my mom when I was younger and everything. So, like, it was laid out a certain way. I knew exactly where things were, everything like that. Well, I went to, no, it was fine and everything, and then all of a sudden they decided they wanted to, excuse me, come on, I'm really trying, I'm sorry guys, okay. What is it? Remodel. They wanted to remodel the store, and they made it, like, completely different. The colors were different, the lights were different, the way the aisles were set up were different, the registers were different, like, everything was different. It was so bad because the light and the color and everything was different, and it would just threw me so much for a loop. As for sensory specifics, see, I'm really bad at, like, narrowing down what's, like, happening, if that makes sense. What's Aldi's? Aldi's is a grocery store. It's ALDI. I guess it's actually Aldi, but I would say Aldi's. I don't know why people do that around here, but we do. So, like, for me, like, and then there were so many people because it was a new remodel and people had been going to another to another city to get that store's stuff. There was an Aldi in another city, an Aldi in our city. So everybody was there, and I just, like, heard all these people, and they were close to me, and I just could not handle it, and I almost had a meltdown right in the middle of the store by myself, so that was super fun. I'm trying to remember that different is okay at Aldi, and accepting that some things are laid out better, and that there are some new things, so that is good. But I used to love Aldi, and now I really don't like it. Yeah, I've been here. I like going to Aldi's. I never went growing up, but when I learned about it and the fact that it's German, I became intrigued. I now go there on occasion. Yes, and it's nice also because it's cheap. That's pretty much why my mom ever went. But yeah, I like Aldi, and they have, like, interesting stuff too. Wen says, oh gosh, try online grocery shopping. I have! Okay, so the most beautiful thing in the world is online grocery shopping, except for, like, okay, for example, Aldi. Usually you can get really good stuff for a lot cheaper than even Walmart. I say even Walmart. Walmart's prices have gone up. But anyway, so they don't have like an online shopping option that I'm aware of. So Walmart and another store in my area called Reese's just recently got online shopping. So as long as your order is above a certain amount, it's free. So I definitely used that for a while, especially while Aldi was closed for me modeling. And it's so much better. You just drive up and they put the stuff in your trunk and you just feel awkward for the time that you're not helping them put it in the trunk. I don't know if you're supposed to or not, but nobody else does, so I don't. So I kind of feel like a jerk for doing that, but whatever. Yeah, so that's all you gotta do, and then you just come home and it's like, wow, look at all this stuff that I ordered but I don't recognize because I didn't have to pick it out and spend like 3 hours in the store trying to figure out what I want. So it was super great. Hello, cracked neurons! Flying Falcon, they have that. Who has that? Aldi doesn't, at least I don't think so. They don't have online where I am. I now want to move. They recently got online at Walmart and then the other place, Reese's. Okay, so I see you, Brittany. I don't know what you said because it says that you retracted your message, but hello, how are you? Hope you're having a good night or whatnot. Anna says, now that I am 31, I can finally figure out when I'm having a sensory overload. It took me that long to learn to pinpoint it. I used to think I was somehow physically ill when it would happen, like hypoglycemia or something, and I'd panic. You know, that's interesting because there's a lot of times where I almost feel like, that's interesting. I can't, like, I can tell, like, when I'm getting, like, hyped up, like, just because I can't communicate well, like, right now where I keep on tripping over my words or losing my train of thought. Which is great for a live stream, right, guys? But a lot of times I'll feel almost like I'm faint or something, even though it doesn't really make sense. But that's usually when, like, all of a sudden, like, everything's too much. So maybe that's a little bit of it. I don't know. That's interesting. I feel bad though because, like, being a YouTuber on here and everything, I think sometimes people expect me to have, like, all the answers, and not only are all the answers not necessarily always universal, but I don't have all of them yet because I'm learning just like everybody else. And it doesn't help that, you know, I was just diagnosed less than a year ago. So I'm working on finding the answers, you know, with everybody else too. Flying Falcon for a while, I just ate MREs so I can avoid this. What? Am I correct that aren't those, is that what rations are? Like rations? Is that what you're saying? Anna, but knowing it is a sensory overload that will pass is extremely reassuring. Oh, okay. Well then, yes, I have definitely experienced that, Anna. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I haven't fainted, thankfully. That is one thing I'm glad I have not done. Okay, so I don't know if this, okay. Oversharing is a thing, and I have to remember that, like, this is public, and I have to try to determine, like, what is appropriate to share with the world and what is not. So I'm, like, debating whether this particular issue is a good idea. Maybe if I just don't tell you the whole thing, maybe. Okay, how about that? Have any of you who are also on the spectrum ever experienced blacking out? And when I mean blacking out, I mean you closed your eyes to blink, and when you blinked and opened your eyes, you were in a different position or somewhere else or something like that. Has anyone experienced that? I'm really interested. Yeah, I've been here. Wait, are there really YouTubers that have all the answers? I would like to check out their channels. I don't know. They seem like it. Maybe I seem like it too. I don't know. Cracked Neurons says, sometimes when, I'll come back. Flying Falcon, meals ready to eat, brown plastic bag, aka military rations. That's, ew, why would you put yourself through that? I'd rather go to the store than eat that. Okay, Cracked Neurons, sometimes when I get sensory overloaded, it feels like my whole system is being squeezed by a pressure-like feeling. And see, this is a thing I'm wondering about because I'm actually, I think, is it this Thursday? I know my own videos, guys. I think it's this Thursday. I'm going to be talking about the difference between an anxiety attack and a meltdown. At least my experience of what it feels like. So, like, when I feel I guess I'll tell you some other time. But anyway, it's interesting to hear how people feel when they get overwhelmed. Anna says, I get dizzy and like I need to grab something so I don't fall. Flying Falcon says, blacking out is extremely rare for me. Anna says, yes, I can relate to the pressure feeling too. Some MREs are at least average. I don't want to find out about the MREs personally. I like food, okay? If you can't tell, I like food, and if it tastes funky, that's not happening. If it comes in a weird little brown bag, like, that brown bag better have a yellow M on it, okay? Like this, if I'm gonna be eating it. It actually tastes good and no planning. I will take your word for it. I'm not that into experiments. Brittany says, my comment posted way late. Sorry, I have daydreamed. I was somewhere and woke up freaked out because of the realness of the daydream. That is not fun. I have really, really, really vivid dreams sometimes. And sometimes it's like a mashup of all these different dreams and everything, different things happening or whatever. And it comes to the point where I'll wake up and I'll be awake for like an hour or something, and I'll think back to that like it's a memory, and then realize that that didn't really happen. Like, it's trying to affect my thought process in reality, and then I have to remember, like, that didn't actually happen. When I'm in a lot of distress, that's really difficult because those dreams will happen a lot, and then just having difficulty grappling with reality, sometimes I get confused about what's actually happening and what's actually real. You eat because you have to. You know, I should adopt that policy. I should, but I don't. So, there you go. But yeah, no, I've blacked out one time, like, legit blacked out. It was, like, the scariest thing ever, because it was. And then there was one time I knew, like, I very much knew I was going to, if whatever was happening didn't stop, because I felt that feeling, and I'd only ever felt it before once in my life, and it was not pleasant. So I was just wondering if that is like an autistic thing, or if I have other issues that I need to be concerned about. So I was just wondering. Thank you guys for answering. Oh my goodness. You have to make yourself eat or you lose weight. I want this problem. Actually, I don't. I'm sorry. I don't want to like belittle what you go through. But I do wish that I did not have such an unhealthy relationship with food, because it is definitely one of the things that like make my day better if it sucks. So I wish it wasn't like that. I wish it was just like, oh, I eat because you have to have food or whatever to be alive. But yeah, not everybody experiences that. So there was something else I was gonna tell you guys, and then I forgot. I also just read canon as Canada, so that works too. Okay, someone explain to me, Wens, how about you tell me, if you can. What does it mean to be a foodie? Does that just mean you like food? Or does that mean like, because I know like some people who call themselves foodies are like people who specifically seek out like interesting types of foods or whatever. What does my t-shirt say? Okay, I don't know if it's gonna, I've learned that in the rain, you still reign. It's a very oversized t-shirt. I can actually direct you where to get that t-shirt if you're interested. It's actually merch from a band, but I mean, anyone can wear it, so. Anna, I've never blacked out, only dissociation, depersonalization during panic attacks, but I'm still aware during those times. Okay, can relate to that too. Cracked neurons, food, good. Alright, sounds good. When's trends say love food? So basically, as long as you love food, you're a foodie. Sounds good to me. I guess that makes me a foodie. Flying Falcon says lime jello is an exception. So that's good. Oh my gosh! Alright, so apparently, Pack Guy 124 sub to PewDiePie! There you go. I feel like that would make my little sister very happy. Okay, please tell me that some of you at least are aware of the whole PewDiePie versus T-Series thing. I don't even watch PewDiePie, to be completely honest with you, but I'm aware of it. Sorry to disappoint, by the way. Oh, by the way, we are going to be live as long as or until something dies. So either my computer dies or my camera dies, whichever one starts trying to die first, I will have to end it. But the reason I said that is because I lost a bar on my battery over there, but you've never watched it. You know, honestly, I don't know if I've actually watched a full video. Brittany says, did you struggle with anxiety that wasn't necessarily associated with your autism when you were young? Foodie, I think it means to be into food and making edible and yummy foods for others, maybe. Well, it's hard to say if I had autism not associated, or had anxiety not associated with autism, just because of how much autism is a part of that and how much anxiety is actually a hallmark of autism. So I'm not sure how to separate those just from my personal experience, because honestly, from ever since I could remember, I've been a bit anxious. And then, you know, once you go to like counselors and stuff, they start to inform you that the way you see the world isn't necessarily how everyone else sees the world, whether that's through the lens of anxiety or depression or whatnot like that. So I don't know that I could necessarily separate the two, if that makes sense. Yeah, I've been here. According to Wikipedia, a foodie is a person who has an ardent or refined interest in food and who eats food not out of hunger but due to their interest or hobby. So I'm only like half a foodie because I'll eat McDonald's. I don't think I have a refined interest. Flying Falcon, I don't like his stuff, but I'm subbed. Hey, that works too. Brunner213, hi! So yay. Hi. Okay, I don't know why I do that. Oh, it's so annoying. Yeah, so also, completely random, I have shared this before with some people, but this is ironic because I'm acting like a total spaz right now, but I'd really like to get to the point where someday, I can be able to like talk to schools, or like, and I'm not even talking like colleges and stuff like that, like even just like high school, middle school, even elementary. I don't know how interested people are there, but just like to be able to talk to schools and stuff like that about autism and stuff like that, I think would be really helpful, because I don't have a lot of, I don't remember there being much helpful information told to me until I found out that I had it. So I don't know, that's something I want to be able to do, but then I also know that I get super nervous, so I don't know how that's ever going to happen, but we'll see. Mr. Digital, was your autism diagnosis helpful? Absolutely it was. It was super helpful because it's like, it answered a question that I had for like the longest time, and even though like when I was younger it wasn't a big deal like in my brain, because when you're younger like that kind of stuff doesn't matter that much and like everyone's kind of weird or whatever, but like when you get older and you realize like you're still really different and like doing things even not in public that don't make sense, and you don't know why you do them, or why you experience things, or like why you're sensitive to sounds and light, and everyone else is like, oh yeah, whatever, what are you doing, you're just being dramatic, all that kind of stuff. So there's just like all these things where it was like everyone else was telling me that what I was experiencing wasn't real. So having an autism diagnosis really helped me to find the answer to why I was experiencing what I was experiencing, even though nobody else was, it seemed. And it also helps me with other people, them understanding where I'm coming from. I swear, Brunner213, I swear I'm a foodie. I eat because I'm bored. That's something my husband does. Sometimes I do that, but I usually do it in response to emotion, which is bad. Don't do that. Flying Falcon, disagree, McDonald's is crap. It is technically crap, but it's good crap, okay? Yeah, I've been here. Saying hi isn't annoying. I will probably say hi again. Anyway, Flying Falcon, spaz like Spurg, lol. I don't know what that means, but okay. Hey, I know this person's space pause. Hello, your annoying sibling has arrived. Hello to you too, my dear sister. Brittany says, I loathe McDonald's too. Yeah, you guys need to get off of my McDonald's. Not helping me with my weight loss journey. No. No. Cracked neurons. Much of what a lot of the overall populace thinks they know about autism, I'll say incorrect, to put it nicely. Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much. Even like what I knew, it was so off base, and then interacting with people who are interested in talking to me. Of course, now I'm like, everything is because of, having autism, just because I don't know what is because of autism or what is just like people don't say. Because I used to think everything people experience but didn't say, and now I realize that's not true. Don't know how that's relevant to what you just said, but there you go. Flying Falcon, at least yours wasn't hidden from you. 11 years, still mad. What wasn't hidden from 11 years? Oh, like did your family know and they didn't tell you for 11 years? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, I've been here. Did your husband find your autism diagnosis helpful? That's a good question. I think that would be good to ask him. I think that maybe it helped him know that his wife wasn't legitimately crazy or trying to like make him mad on purpose. I don't know to what extent he finds it helpful. But I think that it has helped our relationship a little bit. So maybe. Space pause. Many smileys with the pointy nose. Correct neurons. I used to like McDonald's. What does everybody hate on McDonald's? Used to? What are you talking about? No, okay, but seriously, their caramel frappe is amazing. Caffeine is a problem. I probably should just stop drinking so much of it. Oh, we're gonna do the swing thing, are we? Space pause, sits on swing and sighs. Are you gonna say, will someone push me? I used to be on a chat all the time, and there was this girl who would always say that. She would like come on the chat and she would be like, sits on swing, and then be like, looks around for someone to push me, and then she would like say something like depressing, and then she'd be like, I wish someone would push me, and I'm like, dude, you are on a chat. No one's really pushing you. Like, what is happening? I don't know. That is what she did every single day. Anyway, crack neurons. Coffee is divine. You know what's funny though? I only like the caramel frappe because it mostly doesn't, it has a little hint of the coffee flavor to it, but for the most part, it doesn't taste like coffee. I do not like the taste of coffee. It's terrible. I know a lot of people love coffee, but I don't. Flying Falcon, I was diagnosed at 12, found out on 3/11/18 after a traumatic brain injury. I read it in a binder because I was bored. Oh my gosh. That would make me mad. Like, I get why parents might not tell you because they don't want you to feel, like, bad about it or something. Or, like, I'm interested actually in why. Was that their reasoning? Like, they didn't want you to, like, feel bad or to be treated differently? Or did they just, like, not know how to tell you? Or did they not believe it? Because I know some parents don't believe it. Whoa. I hope it wasn't me. Yes, I've been here. I love you because you like McDonald's. Crack neurons, same here. I needs good creamer. Yeah, probably would have to be. Public embarrassment. I feel like that should have been the way that was read. So the person in the chat is a public embarrassment. Oh, I'm assuming. Wait, hold on. What? Oh yeah, you did mess up their user. Wait, who's are you? I feel like you guys are friends. I'm not sure. There's things in that. Oh, you mean, okay, yeah, I connected the dots finally. Yeah, okay. Took me a minute. Takes me a minute a lot of the time. Oh yeah, so guess what? Super cool. Not really, but okay. One, I'm actually, this is cool. This part is cool. I was invited to do another guest video on the Rewired Souls channel. So that should be coming out eventually. So I'm excited about it, except for the fact that it was like difficult to talk about. So I had like scripted it out and I did cut it up a lot and kind of chop it up a lot. So I don't know if it's going to come off as smoothly as the first one did, because I'm pretty sure it won't. But hopefully it's still, like, I still say what I need to say. I don't know. We'll see about that. Flying Falcon, my mother's emotions are why. Cure, grew out of it, crap, etc. That's annoying. That is ooh, that would make me mad. That would, See, like, I feel like, yeah, no. Because, you know, if you don't know that you have it, then you won't really have it, because then you won't act like you have it, except for it's not about acting like you have it, because you actually have it, so it would really be helpful if you knew. Just a thought. That just frustrates me. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, I think that also, from my perspective, if I had known when I was a lot younger, I feel like that would have been really helpful. Except for I feel like I would have been the one to be like, I have autism. Like, I probably would have told everybody. It was probably inappropriate to tell them, and I would probably have told them. I probably would have gotten made fun of more than I already was. But, you know. The one on the swing, the one I told the story about. Yeah, that's the dots. Like, I finally connected them. Yes, public embarrassment, indeed. Flying Falcon, are you posting it on your channel? No, because, like, basically what you do is, like, you record a video and send it to them. So he's actually going to have it, like, in his video, like, my clip in his video. But I will link it when it comes out on my community tab on YouTube, and probably share it, like, on my social media, Twitter, Instagram, maybe. Sometimes I'm lazy on Instagram. And if you're in any of my circles on Facebook, you might be able to see it from there. Taryn Hall, what are your thoughts about the paleo diet's effect on kids with autism and other brain disorders? Well, honestly, I'd like the information on it. I haven't really looked real deep into that. I have gotten a lovely message from someone before telling me that I didn't have autism, I just had a leaky gut, and then the magical miracle cure to that, cancer, and literally every other disease on the planet Earth. Of that I say BS. I know that paleo can help with a lot of, like, different things. I think that a lot of the effects that we experience can be helped by eating better. For example, even when I was depressed, I felt better. I was depressed slightly less often when I exercised and ate better. So, of course, it's probably going to help affect even the other things that go on in your brain. But I would say that anyone trying to say that that's a cure or it makes you not autistic or something like that is full of crap. Flying Falcon, I fix airplanes. Need to know issue or no fix? I feel confused by that statement. What's the paleo diet? I don't know, like, all the rules for it, but it is, like, one of those kind of what is that called? Mostly, like, natural, avoiding things. I think you avoid gluten. I can't remember all the paleo stuff. I just know that someone looked into it because they had an autoimmune disorder, and it was supposed to help with that. I didn't hear that it did, but maybe it did. It might make their symptoms less. I don't know. So as for that, Taryn, I'm interested in your thoughts on that too. Oh, here we go. It's a diet focused on going back to the basics, cutting out sugars, high carbs, focusing on feeding the brain and the body healthy fats and proteins to help the body naturally. Gwen says, don't forget to like. Yeah, like this stream. You're the best. Yak been here. Is there a little figurine back by your printer? If so, is there some significance to it? Yeah, let me see what you're seeing. So, is it this one? It's probably this one. So this one, I'm assuming. If not, you get to see this one now. This was actually given to me by an older lady in... She's gonna kill me if she sees this. She's technically on the older end, but she's so sweet. She's technically the grandparents of other people, but I sometimes call her my Nana too, and she calls me her friend. So it says, friends fill our lives with love and laughter, and she saw it, thought of me, and gave it to me for Christmas. So if that's what you are wondering about, that would be it. Often referred to as the caveman die. Actually, diet, yeah. Spacebot says the caveman die. That's beautiful. Flying Falcon says issue, aka first step of basic troubleshooting. Oh, okay, I see. I think that was it. And yeah, I've been here. Yep, that's the one. Yeah. So now you know the story. Also, is this not the cool? Okay, I know some of you have already seen this, but I don't care. Is this not the coolest thing ever? Like, sorry, it's a place card thing from speaking at a panel, and it just looks pretty, and I like it. Pat Guy 124, my mom has the same exact thing. I believe it's similar to that. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. So, yeah, Taryn, I was wondering, because you had mentioned it, so what are the effects? I'm assuming that they're good. I'm hoping that they're good. What are the effects that you're referencing, and also, are there studies on that? Cracked neurons. Oh, so it's similar to the keto diet. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I've been here. That's a sweet present she gave you. Yes, it was. I literally was rubbing it in some people's faces. Mostly nobody's, because no one was around, and I was just like, my Nana got me a present because she loves me. But, you know. Red. Place card things. Perjury begins. Yeah. Was there something else I was going? I'm over here pretending like I actually planned to say things. I tried to plan to say things, and then they all left my brain. But I am interested in seeing if Taryn will respond. I'm assuming maybe they're typing a lot, or they got bored. I'm not really sure. So I was interested in that, but brain is not working. I mean, it's working. It's just not connecting. Oh, so I think, I don't know. That's what I was going to say earlier. That some people have been making like some, oh, hold on. Let me gather the correct resources real quick to cite. Sounds good. Just come let us know when you got them. So like some people have had at least the thought run across their mind and shared that they had that thought, that I wasn't actually autistic. Plans never work with I'll get back to this in a second, because it's just there for dead air, and now I have questions. Correct neurons, what are your special interests? See, this is one of those things. I'm thinking to myself, like, I don't have special interests, I say to myself, as I obsess over YouTube, and but I will say, like, I've always liked, like, stuff to do with video and editing and stuff like that. I don't think that I've had the most, like, narrow special interest in the world, but I have noticed that, for example, I've gotten into Japanese and learning Japanese, and all the time people were kind of like, oh, why are you learning that? That's so weird, blah, blah, blah. And people tried to learn it for a small amount of time, and I learned that, I don't know, like, it's almost like touching a nerve, but in a positive way. I don't know how to explain that, but I was just like buzzing around, like literally spinning in circles in public, like nonstop, running into things and everything, just because they were wanting to learn Japanese with me. So I'm pretty sure that would count. There's a particular show that I've tried to shut down my interest in, just because I was told all about how bad it was to be so obsessed with things. But at the end of the day, if I were to start telling you the plot, it would probably become very obvious that that was one of my interests, specifically. I think I have, like, gotten into things and then dropped them a lot, which is annoying, but that's just kind of a thing. So hopefully that answered your question. Excuse me. Where are we at? Yeah, plans never. Okay. Space pause. What are some things you can do to help someone having a panic attack? So, I don't know that it's necessarily to stop them when they have a panic attack or whatnot. I think some things that help is to, like, help them, kind of know that they are where they are. For me, when I've experienced, and then this is where I'm sometimes not clear, because for me, I've had anxiety attacks where it feels like cold water, like, washing over me, and I can't even understand what's happening. I get super disoriented, and I'm just hyperventilating and crying and like being loud and stuff like that. But where I've seen other people have panic attacks where they were kind of still pretty coherent. And so to that, I would say to try to help them walk through a breathing technique, that I actually learned from someone showing someone else how to do. And it's where you, breathe in for 4 seconds, hold your breath for 4 seconds, let it out for 4 seconds, and then sit, like, no breathe for 4 seconds, and then just do that. And I think it also helps not only to, like, help you not hyperventilate, but to help, kind of distract your brain from the feeling of impending doom and like the whole world is ending because you're focusing on this one specific thing. I don't know if that has to do with grounding or not. And then I think it depends on the needs of the person. Some people do not touch them, and other people might need firm touch. So I'm not really 100% on that. I'm not exactly an anxiety helping expert, but that's the best I got. No special interest equals not autistic. Not true with females. Space pause, anime profile pic will get you nowhere in an online argument. That is not true, because when everyone else has the anime profile pic, you're good. Yeah, I've been here. Learning a language can be a lot of fun. Yes, and I'm assuming in German would be the one that you would enjoy the most. Pack Guy 124, space pauses, smart plus smarter plus smartest. I mean, there you go. Brian, oh, I don't want to mess up your name. Vienio, maybe? What church denomination do you attend? I actually am not a part of a denomination. Now, I've learned recently that saying non-denominational sometimes means like you like believe everything can kind of come in part of church. I don't believe that. So it's more like I believe in the full word of God, the Holy Spirit, gifts of the Spirit, all that stuff. Basically everything that's in the Bible, we're good. So I don't believe in like denominations and that kind of separation and that hierarchy and extra rules and stuff like that. Space pause, I remember when you learned that. Oof. When who learned what? Your breathing technique is like breathing while diving, but faster. So like how do you breathe when you dive? Pack 124, many millennia ago. Okay, so I'm assuming Pack Guy and Space Pause are friends. Is this true? Because that would explain a whole lot of what's going on right now. When's good night? I hope you sleep well and have a good night and all that stuff. Yeah. So, yeah. Yay! Brian, we agree. That's cool. A lot of people don't for some reason, but that's kind of cool. Flying Falcon says, I'm gonna say it wrong, so I'm just gonna go with German. A master language. I was born in Germany. I can make those jokes. Nice. So you speak English and German, like just those two, or like how does that go? Are you like fluent in both then, or like I want to know because that's pretty cool. Space pause says the breathing thingy. I think that was what that's supposed to mean. Sorry. Okay, so I watched this documentary called The Magic Pill, and it followed the story of two diabetic persons and a family who had an autistic child. What caught my attention was what this film did. And then I'm assuming there's probably going to be a follow-up post here in a second. Flying Falcon, when diving, I breathe once about every 20 seconds. Whoo! Yeah, I don't do well on holding my breath underwater. I panic when I go underwater. Okay, because you know, like when you're a kid or whatever, everyone's like, "Oh, I want to see how long I can hold my breath." And you're like at the edge of the pool and you like go under, and then like the first person up like is the one who lost or whatever. I would always panic. Very little German. I left at 5 months old. Oh, but you seem like you seem like, I don't know, you seem like you would know a lot. I don't know. Like that's coming from someone who doesn't speak any German, right? Sometimes on the stream you've been rocking, oh, sorry, which is fine. Not like rocking out, but rocking back and forth. That would be kind of funny. Just like put on some headphones and be rocking out while you guys are just sitting there watching. That'd be great. Do rocking chairs make a difference with that? Like, does it make it more comfy? Yeah, I mean, kind of. So like, actual rocking chairs though, I'll usually get a little more violent with my rocking. So like here, you know, I'm trying not to be out of control or anything, but like when it like goes with you, I usually end up like, you know, like how the rocking thing is like that, I usually end up to where it's like about to tip over. So I think it is a little more fun because it aids you in the whole rocking motion thing. But I haven't actually been in a rocking chair in a really long time, so I can't tell you from recent experience. Excuse me. Not hold your breath, breathing very slowly. I'll get that concept eventually. Rocking chairs are the best. So, hey, Flying Falcon likes rocking chairs. Stimming is allowed here. Thank you. I mean, I would hope so. I don't know why I keep apologizing. It's just kind of, okay. This is not relevant, but on my lens, there is an abbreviation STM, which probably means something, and I should probably know since I own it, but I don't. And all I could think of was it saying stim, but it doesn't. So that's great. Anyway, sorry. Taryn says there's a hospital in Hawaii that works with kids who have autism and other brain disorders. They're using paleo diet to improve the cognitive functions of kids affected with autism. Flying Falcon says, thank God. I'm assuming that stimming is allowed here. Pat Guy 124, my family was born in Austria. Oh, that's cool. Great-great-grandparents, and to respect that I'm learning German. Oh, that's neat. Taryn Hall, after being on the diet after some time of film, he was using complete sentences and smiling. Oh, that's cool. See, and I think, like, again, like, some things can be improved, but it doesn't necessarily mean, like, it goes away. So I think that it's cool that things improve, like, because your brain function on, you know, crappy food like McDonald's, like I eat, isn't great. Just like everything else in your body's gonna have, like, crap in it, right? So that's not great. Not you know what I'm saying. So I really think that's cool that improves it. I wouldn't say, like, I agree with the people who try to say, like, something like that would cure autism or make it magically go away or something, but I could see where when you're already dealing with I believe it's considered a neurological disorder, that improving some other things can definitely help those functions. So that's interesting. Space pause. When I rock, I focus on what's in front of me to calm down if Miles doesn't alert first. Yeah, so my little sister, I do a space pause here. She has a dog named Miles who is learning to become a service dog. He's a service dog in training. And so he's learning how to, like, alert her for anxiety and food allergy, like allergens and stuff like that. So that's really cool. Spectrum Strong, hey! Had to restart my desktop, so switched to my phone, logged in under a different account, but it's still me. Hi, Anna. And then Flying Falcon responding to Taryn. So yeah, that is really cool. I think it'd be nice if I had the... What is the word I'm looking for? The ability to be that strict with my food. I just like crappy food too much, honestly. Like, even following these food meal plans that work really well for me because I just, like, feel like it's a challenge and, like, I don't have to make food and stuff like that and it saves money and everything. Even with that, I still need a day where I just eat crap. I just don't like my life if not. That's really bad, but that's just the truth. Cracked Neuron says, I disagree with the whole autism is a brain disorder and development disorder. I mean, yeah, I think that it's technically a different way of, like, having your brain wired, but I don't know all the research behind it. So I don't want to say, like, it's definitively one thing or another, but I do lie more on the side of it being just a different working of the brain, if that's what we're talking about here. Taryn Hall says paleodiet.com references how that basically by improving the diet and the intake you improve the output, not to cure but to a betterment at least. I totally agree, by the way. Improvement is best. Yes. So that's really cool. But yeah, I love the crappy food. So bad. Like, okay, so people have, like, I've watched people try to do paleo and I felt bad for them. I almost died I didn't really almost die, but I felt like I was almost dying doing the low carb thing for a week. Mostly, though, because I had to eat straight egg and feta cheese in the morning. That was not good. Like, don't do that to yourself. I should have just skipped breakfast at that point. Yay, Pat Guy. I'm glad you love crappy food, too. Hi, Aaron Polinati. It's good to see you again. Flying Falcon, what do you do to calm down? I listen to things like Pratt and Whitney are 2800 starting special interest help. Yes. So, like, okay. So when it's the worst, like the absolute worst, like I've shared before on the ASD Village group or whatever, when it's the absolute worst and I just can't stim enough to fix things, or because I try to remember my coping skills, I guess is what they're technically called. I don't know. I read a lot of stupid stuff that made me realize that I've learned how to help myself. I don't know. Long before anybody told me how to, but so, like, if things like music aren't working, if trying to, like, bum out to a stupid show isn't working, if stimming in general isn't working, then yeah, special interest. When, like, cause I like YouTube and all that stuff, but, like, even that can get really discouraging. So the show that I have tried to kind of suppress from watching, I'll go, like, watch an episode with my favorite character in it, and that usually just makes me feel a lot better. So it's kind of dumb, and I feel like with special interest and stuff, like, it can feel kind of shameful, like, doing it, because it feels like you're not supposed to, like something that much, or think about something that much, or just, like, be that excited about something. So, I know it's kind of stupid, but that's how I feel about it. Like, it just, I don't know. Welcome to society, right? So, yeah. Or even sometimes I've just, like, looked at pictures of my favorite character, because I was like, oh, they're so cute. I don't know, it just makes me happy. It's kind of dumb, but there you go. Or at least it feels that way. And when I say that, I want to say, like, I'm not calling anyone dumb for what they're doing, because, like, I've made my counselor mad before for saying, like, oh, that's dumb, just because it's just a way of, like, I don't know. It's a self-preservation thing, I think. Yeah, I've been here. Apparently, STM on your lens refers to the Canon's stepper motor technology, which makes the camera's focus system to be quieter and smoother, according to a quick Google search. Thank you. That is very helpful. Cracked neurons, it is a different structure of the brain, okay. Taryn Hall, ye boy, or yeah boy, sorry. Ya boy, there we go. Ya boy be eating good throughout the week, but I still got Burger King on speed dial for Sunday though. Hey, Sundays definitely, yes. Space Pause, I loved crappy food until food started hating me. Oh, that sucks. Blair plays, hi Blair! Twitch and Moan, hey! If loving unhealthy snacks is wrong, I don't want to be right. Space Pause, we live in society. 9, democracy. Okay, so I really would love to keep going with the stream, especially because I've seen some of you guys, like, just appear, and that's super exciting. The only problem is now my battery light on my camera is flashing, so I'm assuming that means it's going to die shortly, and that would be kind of awkward if it just, like, cut out randomly. So it has been like an hour now, so that's good, I guess. That seems like an average, is that an average time for a stream? Anyway, it doesn't matter. So yeah, thank you guys for hopping on. There's so many of you, like, came to hang out with me and everything for literally just talking about random stuff. So you guys are super awesome. Thank you so much for watching. On this particular channel, I will have a new video out on Thursday. And yeah, I will also link on my community tab if there is, like, if the video with the Rewired Soul comes out before then or around then or whatever, I'll go ahead and link that in my community tab as well. If you aren't already, you should follow me on Twitter or Instagram. Twitter, I think, is Stephanie Bethany YT, or it's Steph Bethany at YT. I usually announce stuff or ask questions or lament about life. And Instagram should be instagram.com/Stephanie Bethany, I think. And real quick, cracked neurons, don't be ashamed of having special interests. We are meant to have them. They fill us with passion, help us when we need them, and they help us to connect with part of the world. Oh, that's sweet. I want to accept that for myself. It's just, it's hard. I'm sure one time I will. It's just, like, right now it's kind of hard to. Space Pause. By the way, you know my name is pronounced Space Pays, right? No, I still can't. It looks like pause to me. I'm sorry. Ooh, yep, I'm dying on my computer too. Someone hand her a battery. I want. Oh, thank you for. Yes, thank you. I'm happy to have been a panelist. I'm gonna be a panelist supposedly at an event in July or something like that. So that's exciting too. Yeah, both of my things are dying now. So I'm gonna go ahead and say goodnight to you all. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. And if you have a moment, go ahead and drop a like on this video so YouTube forces some other poor soul to watch an entire hour of me spazzing. Oh, thank you, Anna. You guys are so awesome. Have a good night. I'm gonna try to shut this off without, like, doing stupid things. I doubt that's gonna happen, but oh, here we go. All right. Bye. Have a good night.